The halls of the Galactic Engineering Council buzzed with whispers as Lisa Adams strode through the corridors, her footsteps echoing against polished metal floors. Engineers of every alien species scrambled to clear her path. "There goes the impossible engineer," muttered a blue-skinned centurion. At just 35, Lisa had already rejected some of the most advanced ships in the galaxy, earning both fear and respect. Her standards weren't just high, they were practically in orbit. That morning, she had inspected a stellar-class cruiser, praised by all as a masterpiece, yet she had uncovered 17 critical flaws within the first hour. Lives were at stake, and compromise was not an option. Her office, a utilitarian module aboard a bustling space station, offered a breathtaking view of the galaxy's busiest shipyard. Massive vessels floated past like mechanical whales, each representing someone's dream, each falling short. Lisa opened her datapad, scanning her morning inspection notes: coolant system critical, backup generators vulnerable to radiation, life support inadequate. Same problems, different ships, same frustration. A soft chime interrupted her thoughts. "Engineer Adams, your presence is requested in the council chamber." Another complaint, she thought, yet she straightened her uniform and headed toward the chamber, calm and confident. The chamber was packed with representatives from a dozen species. The head counselor, an ancient Relian with crystalline skin, gestured for her to step forward. "Your latest report has caused quite a stir." A tall, tentacled being stood up. "You have rejected every major design for the past 3 years. Will any ship ever meet your standards?" Lisa met its gaze steadily. "I do not set standards for amusement. Every flaw is a potential tragedy, every weakness a life at risk." The chamber erupted in heated discussion, but Lisa remained unfazed. Her reputation made her unpopular, yet undeniably right. New inspection requests flashed across her datapad from every corner of the galaxy, each designer convinced their ship would finally impress her. One invitation, however, caught her eye: a human vessel. Earth was barely a century into space travel, a newcomer to the galactic community. Yet its specifications were unusual: no flashy technology, just redundancy, practical solutions, and clear maintenance procedures. Lisa leaned back in her chair, intrigued by their focus on failure preparedness rather than perfection. Her assistant hesitated, then said, "It's completed 16 deep space missions without a single critical failure." That success rate was rare, especially for a new spacefaring race. Lisa nodded slowly, a spark of curiosity lighting her eyes. "Schedule a transport to Earth's orbital shipyard. Tomorrow." Hook. Little did Lisa know, this human vessel would challenge everything she believed about engineering, and the galaxy itself might never be the same. Lisa arrived at Earth's orbital shipyard, scanning the modular structures clearly expanded over time. The HSS Pioneer floated at its berth, simple white and gray, without decorative flourishes. A strong, confident voice called out, "Engineer Adams, welcome aboard. I'm Captain James Miller." Lisa turned to see a tall man in a practical uniform, handshake firm, hands calloused, a rarity for most commanders. "Your crew performs actual repairs?" she asked, surprised. "Everyone knows basic maintenance. It's part of survival training," Miller replied with a grin. Lisa followed him through corridors, noting labeled access panels and handholds for emergencies. They reached the engineering bay, stark but functional, crew working on the reactor with sleeves rolled up. "Welcome to our engine room," said Chief Engineer Tom Miller, wiping grease from his hands. "Nothing fancy," he added, "but it runs like a dream." Lisa inspected the reactor, multiple manual backups, mechanical gauges alongside digital readouts. 6 ways to monitor reactor temperature?" she asked. 7, Tom corrected. "Old-school glass thermometer never fails." Every answer was practical, no over-engineered solutions, no unnecessary technology. She examined the airlock. Completely mechanical? Miller nodded. Saved our lives during a power failure last year. In the mess hall, Lisa noticed real food being cooked. No automation? She asked. Better for morale, Miller said. If a processor breaks, we aren't stuck with emergency rations. Every system emphasized repairability, redundancy, and simplicity. Even the cargo hold lacked artificial gravity. Magnetic boots suffice, Miller shrugged. Lisa moved through the ship, astonished. No critical flaws, no overly complex systems. In the medical bay, mechanical ventilators worked alongside electronic ones. Water recycling, air purification, and a small greenhouse provided food, clean air, and morale boosts. Propulsion systems could be repaired with basic tools, every crew member trained to fix engines. She walked the bridge, noting paper star charts alongside digital navigation. If everything else fails, we can still find our way home, said the navigator proudly. By the third day, Lisa had filled multiple data pads. The Pioneer wasn't primitive, it was purposefully simple, designed for reliability and survival. Hook, just as she prepared to report her findings, alarms blared. The shipyard was in crisis, testing the Pioneer's philosophy under fire. Alarms blared across Earth's orbital shipyard without warning. Lisa was deep in the Pioneer's engine room, finishing her inspection notes. Red emergency lights flashed, casting long shadows across the metallic corridors. Shipyard's main reactor is going critical. Tom's voice crackled over the intercom. All hands to emergency stations. Captain Miller shouted, voice steady amid chaos. Lisa rushed alongside the crew, scanning consoles and manual overrides. Through the viewport, she saw other ships struggling against their docking clamps. The massive structure groaned, stress threatening to tear it apart. Status report. Miller demanded, voice cutting through the panic. Automated systems are down. Reactor containment failing. 15 minutes to critical failure, came the reply. Lisa observed the human crew, calm yet focused, each knowing their exact role. No panic, she muttered. This is the difference. Miller issued precise orders, connect our power to the shipyard's emergency grid manually. Lisa and Tom worked quickly, running cables through maintenance tunnels. The Pioneer's simple, robust systems were perfect for improvisation. Reactor temperature rising, a technician reported from the control room. Use manual cooling. Lisa commanded, recalling the backup circuits she admired. She engaged the mechanical thermal system, feeling the hum as it took the load. 10 minutes to failure. Miller barked, overseeing teams cutting docking clamps. One by one, ships began breaking free, emergency teams coordinating without hesitation. Lisa adjusted the cooling circuits, marveling at the efficiency of simple systems under pressure. The Pioneer's crew moved with practiced precision, tools in hand, no reliance on automation. 5 minutes remained, she double-checked all connections, ready for contingencies. The first trapped ship broke free, followed by another. The crew's teamwork was flawless. Finally, the reactor's temperature stabilized. Relief washed over the bay. Not advanced technology, but practical, human-driven solutions had saved lives. Lisa stepped back, awe in her eyes, realizing the ship's philosophy had just passed its ultimate test. Miller clapped her shoulder, smiling. This is what I wanted you to see. Hook, Lisa knew the Council had underestimated human engineering, but now she had the proof to change the galaxy's understanding forever. The Galactic Engineering Council waited in tense silence as Lisa prepared to speak. She stood at the podium, data pads in hand, her calm presence commanding attention. Today, she began, voice steady, "I witnessed a human ship achieve what no advanced vessel could." Holographic displays behind her showed the Pioneer's crisis response in vivid detail. Every manual override, every backup system, every simple yet effective solution was documented. Murmurs spread among the assembled engineers, disbelief and curiosity mixed in the air. "I have rejected countless advanced ships," Lisa continued, "but the Pioneer has taught me a lesson." She highlighted the crew's ability to solve life-threatening problems without relying on AI. Their designs prioritized reliability, repairability, and practical solutions over flashy technology. A Centurion engineer stood, skeptical. "Are you suggesting we abandon centuries of progress?" Lisa shook her head. "Not abandon, learn. Humanity's simplicity solves problems our advanced systems cannot." The chamber fell silent as she played recordings of the shipyard crisis. One by one, ships trapped by the failing reactor were freed, all through human ingenuity. Heads turned as the efficiency and clarity of the Pioneer systems became undeniable. "I recommend incorporating these principles into galactic ship design: simplicity, redundancy, practicality," Lisa said firmly. Gasps and whispered debates echoed through the chamber. The head counselor leaned forward, eyes gleaming. "Your request." Lisa took a deep breath. "I request transfer to the Pioneer as chief engineering consultant." The room erupted in protest, disbelief, and then awe as her reasoning sank in. "I've spent my life inspecting ships, seeking perfection," she explained. "I found it, not in complexity, but in practicality." Council members murmured among themselves, realizing the wisdom in her words. Approval was granted. Lisa would join the Pioneer crew permanently. She smiled at Captain Miller, who had watched quietly from the back, proud yet unsurprised. 6 months later, hybrid systems combining human practicality and advanced technology spread across the galaxy. Ships everywhere adopted the Pioneer standard, a new benchmark for engineering excellence. Lisa had found her purpose, shaping a new era where functionality, repairability, and human ingenuity defined greatness.